Today's distinguished speaker, Mr. Hanumanth, Senior Vice President, Digital Transformation Services at Everest DX. With over 28 years of rich experience in the IT industry and more than 15 years in delivery leadership, Mr. Hanumanth has successfully led large-scale transformation programs across banking, financial services, healthcare, transportation and aviation domains in North America, EMEA and beyond. In his current role as vertical delivery head for the Fortune 500 client, he carries end-to-end P&L responsibility, driving customer success, growth, profitability and people management. His expertise spans across cloud transformation, data and analytics, AI, Pega, Salesforce, Oracle and SAP to name a few. Throughout his career, he has been recognized as a customer success leader who consistently delivers his satisfaction, achieving an average CSAT score of 4.5 out of 5. His contributions include growing an account from 6 million to 24 million in just 3 years, and he has been honored with multiple accolades, including the ACE Award and the Best IBU recognition. An alumnus of Osmania University and Kartiya University, he is also a certified Safe Agile Six Sigma Black Belt and has undergone specialized trainings in Agile, Cloud, Data Science and Design Thinking. Behind his professional achievements, Mr. Hanumanth is known for his strong leadership, his ability to build and nurture his performance teams and his commitment to driving innovation and excellence in every initiative he undertakes. Now let's warmly welcome Mr. Hanumanth who will be sharing his experience and vision with all of us today. Thank you, sir.
I was wondering, so much is there for my introduction. Okay. So I think everybody can come this side, right? Little bit.
Yeah, get closer so that after you finish.
We don't need systems for at least next 1 hour.
Come closer, last rows, please. He don't like lock. That's it. That's it. The front LCD light. Idi. That will be. Hey, పిల్లలు ముందుకు వచ్చేయండి.
Okay. All set? How was your lunch? I want people to speak. It's not that I'm only teaching here, right? It's not a teaching session. It is. I'm only sharing my experience, what I had in maybe last 30 years. I'm here only to share my experiences, not to teach any of you. Because you're all already, most of you are teachers. So it's only, I'm just sharing my experience. So you all have to be, interactive. If it is not interactive, then I cannot take a session. Okay. So I hope everybody has a nice lunch. So how many of you are feeling sleepy? Be honest. I was feeling happy, but I was actually having a lot of conversation with madam, so since I lost my sleepy feeling. How many of you? Everybody is active? Sure? Okay. But still, after the lunch, so it's better to have some kind of an activity. We'll see how we can do that. Okay, so maybe some of you are still probably, I feel It's not easy. It's not easy to attend a session after lunch. Let's see if you can wake up your data, because we are talking about data and then cloud computing, right? We'll see how we can wake up your data, and then obviously even you too. Okay. So everybody has phones, right? Everybody has phones and the laptop. I mean, at least both are there. So I just wanted to understand. So what are your expectations from this session? Speak out. Somebody saying something. I'm not able to hear. You know the session? What is the session? If nobody is speaking, then I'll ask. I'll pick up someone and then I'll ask them to speak. Okay. How it can be analyzed. That's good. Very good. Very good. And anybody else?
How can you visualize the data using Power BI?
How can we visualize the data using Power BI? Okay.
How can you integrate Power BI services with cloud?
Power BI services with cloud. Okay. How many of you are already aware of Power BI? You are aware of Power BI? And anybody? Only two. Two in this room. Only two. Two or three. Okay. That's good. At least I can actually add some value. Okay. So can you open this www.menti.com? A lot of people wouldn't share the expectations, right? So I want you guys to open and then share your expectations there. Yes, voting will be maintained. So open that, and you can enter the code there. The code is 55349343. Yeah, you can enter your response. Everybody entered the Okay, you are able to see your responses there? Only 21 has entered so far. Okay, you are able to see your responses? Okay, somebody is mentioning the data analysis in Power BI. Somebody is talking about Power BI and then CC connection and how BI works for visuals, knowledge about Power BI, automation in BI, to learn something new, Power BI with cloud computing, gaining knowledge, visualization tools, learn Power BI, knowledge gaining, basics of Power BI related to cloud, brief knowledge about Power BI, about Power BI in cloud, how we implement Power BI to learn how we implement Power BI, explore Power BI. Okay, I think very relevant. I think with this I'll be able to at least add value, or you will definitely see that you got something out after this session for sure. So that is what I am trying to cover. Okay, still anybody has time? Okay. So few just wanted to check your knowledge. You can also relate how Power BI and then cloud or data is linked to the session, right? So that are linked to the reality today. So how many of you have used cloud today with or without you realizing that you are using cloud? Everybody use cloud for what? Storing files. Okay.
Hosting applications, sharing information.
Hosting applications? Okay, you are hosting applications. Okay. Sharing information. Nobody told me WhatsApp.
Mails.
Nobody told WhatsApp, right? Okay, so knowing or unknowingly, are people who doesn't know even cloud also, today's world they are using cloud. So if you are using any of these, right? I mean, these are all just samples. So Gmail, YouTube, WhatsApp, Netflix, irrespective of business, this doesn't need any business. This is only for your entertainment purpose. Mostly entertainment or maybe Gmail if you see. You can't use it for business, but yeah, that can be used even for your personal relationship. All this if you are using, that means you are actually using cloud. Cloud is not being for any of. Only thing is you don't. I mean, some of you are people who don't even know what is cloud or how cloud can help them. Also, they are using cloud. So don't. I mean, if somebody is telling you, do you know cloud or do you know Power BI also, you will see, do you know cloud? But don't get upset that you are not using or you don't know because you are already using it. So it's not that difficult even to learn cloud also. Especially using cloud or understanding the fundamentals of cloud is not difficult because I'll also tell you some real life examples how you can relate cloud fundamentals with your regular things. Do you know how many emails are sent every second? In this is the world. How many emails are sent? Any guesses? 1 million. Okay. Any other guesses? You can guess it. No, there's no charge for wrong answer here. There's no penalty. Actually, I should be having some chocolates also for the best answer. Okay. Any answers? Any? It's real, yes. It's not easy, right? You have to keep people away, especially after lunch. 4.5? 4.5 million. Okay, now you tell me, I'm giving some options also.
5 million.
5 million, okay? Okay, any other guesses?
3 to 5 million.
3 to 5 million, okay. So I am, this is approximately 3 million emails sent per second. So 3 million. So approximately 3 million emails sent per second. So which is very huge, right? Per second, that is per second. Okay, let's see the next question. How much data is generated every single day worldwide? Millions of what?
Peta.
Peta, okay. Okay. Petabytes, how many petabytes?
Your answer.
You have to go beyond petabyte actually. What is next to petabyte? Okay, I'll give some examples here, some samples here.
EB.
Exabyte. Somebody gets the pattern, I think. And if you are a faculty, mostly what do you do when you are actually setting up a question paper, right? You will give C as the answer for most of your questions, right? Isn't it? That was the pattern probably when we were studying. Now I think
You
that
don't leak all these things to the students.
Okay, that's correct. I don't know who answered 463. Somebody who can come here and then pick up.
Me.
Okay, one student answered it.
Right now,
But at least good to see that after I said there are chocolates, there is a lot of okay. But you know what is exabyte? I mean, I just wanted to tell you what is exabyte. You see, I mean, we know MBs, right? At least we see some files in MBs. So if you compare that, I don't know how to read this also. So that many digits are there in exabyte. So it is 463 exabytes by 2025. By end of 2025, we will see that this much data is generated. But how is data generated today? How is data generated? Okay. Okay, that is okay to some extent. It is okay. It is fine. But large data, where do you see large data getting generated?
Social media.
Social media. Other than social media, there will be a lot of other. Social media is fine. I think that I agree. How much?
Transactions.
Okay. Social media. Even you know when a flight runs for 1 hour, how much data is getting generated? A lot of data is getting generated. Okay. So that's why I think you see 463 exabyte of data per day. Okay. We'll see how this is linked to cloud and other stuff. Okay. Data. Now coming to data analytics. Can you think of examples where you interact with data analytics or where you are influenced by data analytics? Any examples in day-to-day? Share market, okay. Share market, what do you see? I mean, how okay. Okay.
Academic increasing.
review responses.
Review responses. You are saying something academic?
Academic increases.
No? Academic?
Academic courses in rate which is more in demand.
Okay.
Healthcare.
Healthcare, okay. Anything that you saw in retail? I mean, day to day I'm talking about
E-commerce websites.
e-commerce websites. And you see, if you go to DMart, what did you observe when you go to DMart? DMart, I'm sure that everybody would have gone to DMart at least once, right? What did you observe? Huh? Collecting all things, okay? Why do you think daily needs are kept at the end? Where do you see your daily needs in DMart? Daily needs means daily needs, oil, these kind of things are regularly you buy, right? Even if vegetables are also, even if you go to Vijayata supermarket, you see vegetables. Vegetables are daily needs. If you go there, you will purchase. So where do they keep? Those things they keep at the end, right?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so these are all how these kind of strategies are derived, right? These kind of strategies are derived based on the data that they are getting, obviously. So you see, even there are lot of value for the racks also, racks which are visible. There are companies like you see PepsiCo, especially PepsiCo supplies Lay's products, right? Even any other Nestle, these customers, right? These customers, what they do is they actually kind of they demand the racks which are visible to the customer when they want. So that's where, in fact, I mean those kind of products also kept which are little higher cost. So that when if you are looking for a lace or something like this, you will pick up this one. So there are a lot of strategies. All these strategies are derived from the data only. So lot of things. I mean, when you are actually searching something on Amazon, market basket analysis, these kind of things. I'm sure I think most of you are aware. But these are all what is there. The data is behind all these decisions. So even if you look at if you go to YouTube, and then or if you are watching any reels, right? You will see similar reels coming up, right? Similar reels or similar videos in YouTube. If you go to Amazon, similar products that will be shown. All these are lot of data behind this, and there are a lot of algorithms built, and then based on that only those recommendations are. Okay? You see day to day online shopping recommendations. If you go to Amazon, Flipkart, Google Map traffic predictions. This is one of the most useful things, right? And then similarly YouTube, Netflix recommendations, even banking fraud alerts also. You are getting lot of messages, right? Good thing is at least we see whenever we are getting call now, at least the service provider is providing it's a spam. But earlier we have to pick up those calls. So all those calls are messages. All these are also analyzed based on some data. Even banking fraud alerts. That is also like when somebody is somebody is applying a loan or anything by doing some kind of fraud activities, and obviously that will also based on the past data. So those are also things identified based on the past data. Okay, so these are all powered by business intelligence plus cloud systems. And obviously cloud systems you may not be seeing it, but these are the things which are working behind. Where what you see is obviously business intelligence. Okay, this one most of your teaching right here. How many of your teachers? 50%? More than 50%? More than 50% teachers. Okay. And where do you think data could be useful for you? Student performance analysis. Who said that? But you will get a chocolate. Who said? But teachers did not tell that actually. So why? So that is the most useful one, right? Obviously for teachers, they have to identify, I mean, if at all they wanted to improve their students. And that is the first point that they kept here, tracking student performance over semesters and or over years or whatever it is applicable for you. And analyzing research data for researchers probably, and then monitoring attendance trends. These are very useful things for you guys. And then even you need a lot of resources also, right? So from a department perspective, what kind of resources that are needed, and then you can forecast those needs, and then you can also monitor which are allocated. So these are different things that you can use the data. I mean, these are only few things, but obviously based on your pain points, right? I think you will be able to identify what kind of things are required for. Okay, so these are obviously, as I said, these are the problems, right? I told you problem tools like Power BI will help you to resolve these things. And as I said, so more pain points when you are actually doing your work, and then if you have a consciousness of this Power BI tool or whatever the business intelligence tool, you will not do. I mean, you will also get a lot of ideas how you can actually analyze the data, and then slice and dicing of the data, and then finally you will get some meaningful information. So with these skills, you will be able to better actually shape your students. Okay, so I'll tell you. I mean, this is again. So if you are not sleepy, so we can skip this. But if you still wanted to do this, you will also understand why something like Power BI is important. I need 5 people. If volunteers probably can come here. Anything is fine. Come. And you're all going to be in the industry, so you should not be shy, especially students. Come. Each line.
And then
See, come, make it fast. Maybe one more from this way. I'm not doing anything. When will you say? Come.
Hey, he want a boy here because
Two
he's
more
saying
boys.
it's not biased, it's biased.
If somebody is standing here, they will be on safer side. So what I will do, I will give 5 numbers to what's his name? Shravya. I will give 5 numbers to Shravya, and then she will pass it to. I'll just throw it to her. So she will whisper those 5 numbers to the rest of the people, and then we will see what is the what are those 5 numbers coming at the end. Okay. You can see for 30 seconds.
Students. పెద్ద నంబర్లు ఇస్తే నాకు నంబర్స్
Only 2 to 8 numbers. You he will.
నో చెవులో చెప్పాలి. చెవులు మూసుకో కాసేపు. ఇలా తిట్రా నువ్వు తిట్రా.
Ma'am, so I am the last person, ma'am.
You better be. Tell her. నువ్వు కొంచెం దూరం రా.
At least you remember what you said to others, right?
చెప్పాలా?
చెప్పాలి.
12, 18, 33, 46.
12, 18, 33,
46.
Okay, so the numbers which were told to Shravya, 12, 45, 18, 33, 68. I think at least 2 numbers.
Two numbers
correct.
came out correct.
So where is the issue? 3, 12. Okay, yeah. Okay, so why do you think I thought this game will be helpful? Any answer? Current transfer will get factored now. Okay, so where is the data transfer? See, for example, your students' marks, how you are tracking today, maybe in Excel sheets, right? And you are probably circulating to Excel sheets, your maybe HOD or whoever it is, you are circulating. So where is the data transfer? Even in Excel sheet also, where is the data transfer? No? Data loss, sorry. Where is the data loss? Because you are transferring, you are probably sending the same Excel sheet to multiple people. But where is the data loss? Why do you think there is a data loss?
Network issues. Anyone can edit the data.
Same, I can't give one more chart. Anyone can edit the data, right? So there is no guarantee that people will not edit the data because probably should have faced that issue. Okay, so data when it is transferred even through Excel sheets also, data can be edited and a lot of things can happen, right? So at the end of the day, you don't know what is the data which was originated, from where it was originated, how the data is. So that is where dashboards like Power BI can help you. So these dashboards, how they will help is basically it's a single source of truth. Nobody can modify, and then everybody can see online. I mean, you can also have when it is a dashboard, it's only for you. And one Excel sheet you can put it in the backend, and then anybody can see. So that is how it will help you. I mean, it's easy to tell, but I think just to make some fun, right? So we also conduct some games, just to make everybody laugh. Okay. So this is what happens when we pass the Excel files or email, right? Multiple versions, obviously, it creates too many versions, and then human errors in manual handling, and somebody can obviously change it, and then even compatibility. So somebody can open that Excel, somebody cannot open. They need the software, so versions also can be an issue. We're talking about only Excel, but there can be a lot of other things also, right? If you have some other maybe a diagram, maybe JPG, or maybe some Visio diagram, so you may not have that software with you, so you will not be able to see. So those kind of issues will be there, and then finally, you will not be able to pass that information to the right people at the right time. Those kind of things will help you. And so BI solves this with a single version of truth. So that's why Power BI also. Okay, so now at least nobody told me that they are feeling sleepy, but at least from sleepy Excel to lively dashboard. So we will transform from there to here, and then as I said, so traditional Excel sheets, they are static, slow, and then error prone, and then whereas Power BI dashboards, it's interactive, real time, and then engaged. That's how it will be. So let's now explore Power BI and then cloud, and the topic is basically how is this revolution? How is this revolution for cloud and then data together? What is the revolution that we are seeing? Anyway, let me introduce myself now. Okay, so this is I kept this picture. This is a special picture for me. I was actually working for Tech Mahindra. I started my career with Tech Mahindra in 1996, and then I worked there for 27 years. So when I was coming out of Tech Mahindra, my team gave me all these 27 memories from each year. So they were able to capture all. Can I continue?
No, you can continue.
Okay. So these are the things that that's why I said it is special. And then so all those 27 years memories they captured and then they collected in one frame and then gave it. Okay, so 28 years in IT industry, and then 28 plus 27 years at Tech Mahindra, and I'm currently heading DTS division at Everest DX. DTS is Digital Transformation Service. So when it comes to the technology includes cloud, data, and analytics. So these are the two major technologies. The projects under these technologies I'm managing, and I'm heading the division. And I'm a technology savvy, so considering 30 years of experience, mostly people think that we are general managers, but at least I have been touching technology since beginning. And then so I started as a mainframe consultant, and then from there, so today I was a data analytics and then cloud consultant. So my major responsibilities include, or the expertise includes the customer delivery and then customer relationship, and then strong people management and then mentorship, and then finally I think this is also one of my passion. Passionate about bridging industry practices with academia. So this is something that I always passionate about, and then that's where when Pastor Madam called me, so I'm happy to come here and at least add some value. Okay, so that's the teaser part. So now we will get into the actual session. Okay, so I think most of you also talked about your expectations already. So I think it will be for 2.5 hours, right? So maybe I thought so I'll have maybe 60 to 90 minutes for theory, and then 60 to 90 minutes again for practicals plus Q&A. Practicals, I mean, during the my objective is everybody should do at least one dashboard before we leave. We leave from here. So that is the objective. So everybody should do, and so that's the objective for sure. And then yeah, it's a blend of theory and then practical. Especially, I thought only faculty are there, but I see some students are also here. And yeah, we'll see cloud computing and then Power BI and then hands-on demo. So that's what we will cover. And we try to capture why this topic is important. I think in the earlier slides I am not touching too much on this. Data-driven decision making drives industries and then litigation today. I think Madam was telling about healthcare, right? Healthcare. How many use cases are there? So many use cases in healthcare industry. So many use cases in retail industry. We spoke about some of those earlier. And then every industry, aviation industry, so many use cases are there. Every industry now a lot of data-driven, insight, data-driven decisions are taken. Why cloud? Obviously, it is scalable, cost-effective, and obviously it's a backbone for analytics. And Power BI. Why only Power BI? Why not other tools? Power BI, I'll touch upon that because I don't have a slide on why Power BI. Power BI is basically, it's a simple, easy to learn. One is easy to learn, and it is cost effective. Cost is also comparatively, if you look at some of the other tools like Tab use, Tab use, Spotfire. So these are little costly, but Power BI is not that costly. That is one, and then it has a lot of features. I think 1,000 plus features are. If I am not right, 1,000 plus features are. When I say features, the way that you can analyze your data, right? You can put some charts, you can put tables, those kind of features, 1,000 plus are. And it can also connect to most of the databases, even cloud it can connect. So it has those connectors, and then so that's where it is easy to learn, and it has a lot of connectors, and then it has a lot of features. So because of these, I think it is popular today, and it's easy to learn. That is what is most important. Anybody can do a dashboard. Only thing is you have to have the passion for learning, and then you have to have that exploration. You need to explore. If you are able to, if you have the capability to explore, it's easy to do. I'm not gone to institutions. I'm not trained on Power BI. I only learned on myself, so it's easy. Okay, so data. I think we are talking about data, right? So earlier 463. What is that? 463 exabyte of data is getting created every day. So 90% of the world data is created in the last 2 years. You are aware of this? Only last 2 years because of why only last 2 years? What kind of revolution came last year? Smartphone, basically smartphone, and then cloud. So these are the 2-3 things that came, right? And especially cloud. Earlier, if you have to build the systems, right? What is needed for like we'll talk about. Okay, so 2.5 quintillion bytes generated daily, and global annual data expected 181 petabytes by 2025. And I think some of the challenges that we see is volume, velocity, variety, and then velocity. So how are we going to address these with the cloud will talk. These are the trends you see in 2010 when we started. 2010, I think it's probably close to zero, more or less close to zero. And then today it is 402 million terabytes of data created every day. I mean that is today. And by end of 2025, we talked about that 181 gigabytes. Annually, it will be created annually, and then 463 exabytes data will get created every day. So you can see somebody was talking about YouTube, right? Where is the data coming from? Most of the data is coming through videos. 53% of the data is coming through videos. Everybody is uploading video now, right? So 53% of the data is coming from videos. Social media, somebody said social media, but it's not that high, you see. 12.7% is coming from social media. Around 10% is coming from gaming. And these are the major, 53, 12 and then 10, almost like 80% of the data is coming from video, social media and then gaming. When I talk about social media, YouTube videos are not considered there. Mostly it is social media, LinkedIn and then X, those kind of things. So others, web browsing, messaging, file sharing, and US today hosts more than 5,400 data centers supporting global traffic. And then even India also, now the data centers are started, right? In 2022, there was a data center which was built by Amazon in India. So a lot of data centers are also there building. So what it means, I mean, when we see a lot of data is getting generated and then we have volume issue, we have a velocity issue, all those issues are there. So what it means for us? So we need systems and an infrastructure. Obviously, it has to scale, right? We need with that kind of volume. So there should be enough infrastructure. So that should scale. And then obviously cloud computing becomes almost essential, especially for scale and then flexibility cost. Cost also, if you see earlier, if you have to onboard, if you have to develop an application or if you have to install a software, you have to buy obviously a lot of you have to buy memory, that is CPU, computing power unit CPU, you have to buy that. All that if you have to buy, if you have to buy a high-end system, it costs. But today is it required? It's not required. So that we will see that is the kind of revolution which came in the last few years. Data management, what kind of challenges that we have? Quality is issue. How are we going to address this quality? Security. A lot of security issues even today we face. Irrespective of what kind of security policies implemented, you still see security issues. Privacy governance, so these are also important. And again, so compression, right? So if you have to store your data, you have to compress. If you don't compress, then it will occupy a lot of volume. So real-time processing, and then it's not that people wanted to look at the data, today's data tomorrow, right? Everybody wanted to see live data. So that is real-time processing of the data is also important. And then data lakes, we talked about data lake what it is. And then obviously live stream processing is also important. So what kind of opportunities that we have? Better insights required, machine learning, predictive analytics, new data services, these are all the things which will help us analyzing our data and then at least fulfilling what are the needs that we talked about in the earlier. Okay, now coming to cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Was there any switch happened on cloud in the last 4 days? Everybody understood what is cloud now? You have to go through basics. Should I go once again? Maybe I'll touch upon. Okay. Cloud computing is it's on-demand access to compute via internet. Everybody is aware, right? So this is not new. Not new at least in the last 4 years. Okay. Okay. Or at least today, at least during these sessions, everybody is aware. So it is on-demand access to compute. What do you mean by compute? Processing. Yeah. Computation. All processing, calculations. All answers I'm getting from Madam only. So I can give a tacted answer. Okay. Now I think we should have accomplished better teachers and students. Okay, so what all required? I mean, if you have to do that compute, right? We need to have a processing, we need to have a storage, we need to have network. Those things if we need to have, then we need to have server, storage, databases, network, and also. So these are all provided by clouds. They are all provided by cloud storage. And then there also supports innovation and then agility and then scalability. We'll talk about what is scalability, right? What is scalability? I'm sure because the sessions are already done. So I just want to ask scalability. Extension. How? I mean, if you need to have more processing power, or if you need to have more storage, how quickly you can scale. So that is the scale. Okay. Okay, if you want to build a software, what are required for you today? I mean, not today, traditionally, without cloud. If you have to, for example, you want to build a some sort, maybe student performance tracking software if you want to build, and so what are all required? You have to build and then deploy. If you have to make that live, what are all required? You need to have storage, servers, all those things, right? So my life has become easy because of some of these systems. You need servers, you need storage, you need database, you need network, you need software. Software anyways will be built as, and then you also need to do some you have to do analysis of the data, and then finally you build some intelligence. So this is all required, right? This is all required for you if you have to build. So earlier, if you have to do all this, so we have to invest a lot of money. So with cloud, all those things are provided for us. So cloud computing is a delivery of computing services. Especially, they provide us the computing services like servers, whatever we spoke earlier, server, storage, database network, software, analytics, intelligence, all those are provided over internet. Okay? Anybody has any doubt on this? Huh? Understood? There's a clarity on cloud computing, right? Okay. So why cloud computing again? So obviously cloud computing, we know what advantage it has. It reduces IT costs, especially if you have to build on our own. So obviously it needs a lot of money and then a lot of effort is required, and then it reduces IT costs and also the speed, right? So speed at which it delivers you the computing services, it's very fast. It's in clicks. And then global deployment in minutes. And earlier, if you have to do that, it's not possible also. You have to, you know, LAN, WAN, those things are there. I mean, when I was actually studying, it was only standalone computers, not even LAN work. So it took a lot of time even to build the LAN also for our college. And then disaster recovery and then backup, right? So all these are also costly. DR means disaster recovery. You are aware disaster recovery? Any student? What is disaster recovery? No students? No answer? No the answer? Huh? Physical damage? Okay. No.
Data loss means how to recover.
That is recovery, right? So we are talking about disaster recovery. For example, disaster recovery basically it has multiple levels. See, for example, our data center. Let's assume that our college has a data. Our college has some software which is hosted on one data center. We know data center. Data center is what it has racks in there. It has CPUs. It has storage. All those whatever we talk about, all those events.
Virtual tour over, sir.
Yeah, virtual tour over. Okay, so you have a data center. Let's assume that our college data center is in the college, and then let's assume that something has happened where the data center is there. How do you access the data? You still need to have the access. You still need to access the data, right? You can't wait till that. Let's assume power failure in the data center. What do you do? Backup also another data center. The data has to be there in another data center. So that is where the disaster recovery comes into picture. So you have to that is a disaster which has happened at a location. So for that, how you are recovering? Is the disaster recovery plan. So these disaster recoveries at you have multiple levels, as I said. For city level also, for example, city itself, maybe there are floods in a city. Then you have let's assume that you have other data center within the city, maybe 50 kilometers or 40 kilometers range. Let's assume that there are floods in the city and then both the data centers are not accessible. So this is called city outage. One is location outage. So when there is a location outage, what is your recovery plan? When there is a city outage, what is your recovery plan? This also happens even when you have state outage, when you have a country outage. So that's why you see these when we look at the clouds, right? They maintain this in multiple regions world over. So that's why you will not have a challenge. You can choose to have your you can deploy these in a data center which is there in maybe North America. then even if there is a country outage, then you can still access protection. So that's the disaster. So all those kind of facilities will be there with, and that also you are not putting any obviously you are not putting any money. Mostly disaster recovery centers will be active only when there is a need. So they will be mostly under switched on. So you can active them only when required. So that kind of facilities are provided. So obviously high availability. Most of the providers say that 99.99%. Obviously they won't say 100%. They will say 99.99%. My data center will be available. You can always your applications will be up and running. And then reliable. Obviously it's a reliable. And then software updates. Even there are any Windows updates. All those things will be even Linux updates or Windows updates or any security patches. So those things will be automatic. So these are some of the advantages of cloud. What are the types of who are the providers? If you see who are the providers, these are all obviously AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. These are the three major things that you see. I think those are the three players in the industry today. Even you have Salesforce, Alibaba, China, so Alibaba is China one. So but IBM is also picking up, but mostly AWS, Azure, and then Google. So these are the three things that are in use at this point of time. So what are the types of cloud computing?
Private, public, hybrid.
Those are little deployment based, right? Types of cloud computing is basically service based and then deployment. Service based. These are the two types. Right? When you see, but you will see what is service based. So when you talk about service based, these are the three models, right? Three models available today. How you are going to take those services from the service providers is something SaaS, PaaS, and then IaaS. You are aware of this?
Yes, sir.
Are they covered up? Okay. What is any real time examples? Anybody told you? I'll tell you some real time example. What is IaaS? Did you see this? Or did you heard this? It is like purchasing an open strategy gated community. You can relate this to IaaS? What is IaaS? Infrastructure as a service. Yeah. What is IaaS? Same question again. So what is infrastructure as a service? Okay, you will get basic security. Even in gated community, you will get basic security. Even there also you will get basic security. You will get, I'm talking about here. You will get basic security, roads, drainage system, electricity, and then, but you need to build your own. You need to build your house on your own. You have to build your home on your own. But basic things are provided, right? So when you are talking about IaaS, even the cloud provider also provide basic things for you. And then you have to do rest of the things on your own. Okay? So that's it. All everybody is little discussion. Okay. Okay, you can relate this. Okay. Okay, so you can build, you'll have to build on your own. So, this is what it is, right? So, you see, we talked about applications, obviously, it will be there, data, runtime, middleware, OS, virtualization, servers, networking. These are all the different things which are provided by the service provider. So, but these things, right, these are managed by vendor today. I mean, in the IaaS infrastructure as a service, these are managed by vendor. Those have to be managed by whoever is purchasing this IaaS, so they have to manage. So basic IT services such as virtual machine, storage, networks, and operating systems are provided by them. And rest, I think we have to do on our own. Like what I said, so we have to build our home on our own. So you have to build. It could be middleware services. It could be your operating system. Those are the things that you have to do on your own. Amazon EC2 is one of the example from AWS for this IaaS, and then Microsoft Azure VMs. They will provide a server to you, and then you'll have to do on your own rest of the thing. Okay, PaaS is like you're purchasing an independent house in gated community. So that means you will get little more than purchasing your house, right? So that's why it is related to that. So you will get operating system and then middleware on top of IaaS. So up to here you get. Up to here you will get from the these are all managed by service providers. Rest you have to do. A platform to develop, run and then manage applications without dealing with the underlying infrastructure. So more or less entire infrastructure which is required for you to deploy your software is provided by them. Okay, and then yeah, this is like a flat. If you are purchasing a flat in apartment located in a gated community. So more or less everything is provided with it. So if you are doing a flat, right? So then more or less, including everything is provided. Like Gmail, if you are using, you are not doing anything, right? So for Gmail, you don't need to do this. You just have to use it. You have to create your account and then start. Office 365, more or less, Zoom meetings, they are all SaaS. So this is a comparison between all these three. Those are managed by us, and here those three are managed by us. Here everything is managed by us. Okay, so what are the deployment models? We talked about service-based models, and then these are the you talked about deployment. So these are the deployment models: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and then multi-cloud. Any other things that anybody told you? During the last session, anybody told you? There was one community cloud also, but I didn't mention that there was one community cloud. So public cloud, what is public cloud? Examples, any examples of public cloud? AWS is AWS, Azure, GCP, they are all public cloud. In fact, they can also provide private cloud as well, but they are used majorly for public. You don't need to do anything, it's a shared infrastructure. They will provide shared infrastructure. You don't know what other applications are hosted on in the server which is provided to you. But they are shared. But obviously security is also there. You don't need to worry about the security confidentiality. And then they are scalable, and then the cost effective. So I am not touching on every point because you have already heard about this. And then private cloud, it's like there are some specific servers which are provided to you. It will not be shared with anybody else. And then obviously the scaling is an issue there. If you are going for a private cloud, unless you say that I need to scale my servers, there won't be an auto scale. So you have to, and then those servers also, whatever the servers which are allocated to you, it could be computer, it could be storage, it could be any other services which are dedicated for you, and then it will be charged to you. Even if you are using or not, they will be charged. So that's why this is little costly. But as I said, they talk about 99.99% the security, right? Security confidentiality. But some of the bankings, especially, they say that I need 100%. So I cannot rely on that 0.1% or 0.01%. That's where they go for private. So it's computing services offered either over the internet or a private internal net. They can also host in your data center itself. Even data center also can be shared with other customers as well, but they can host near your wherever the facility that you are offering. They can also host private cloud there. And it's kind of an internal cloud, or they can also call it as corporate cloud. It's owned for the company. For example, if customers like Nestle, these kind of things, if they wanted to hook up, or maybe banking like ICICI, if they wanted to have a private cloud, it will be hosted separately for them. And it will not be shared like public cloud. Okay, so there will be dedicated infra security, further more security than public cloud, and then it will also compliance also whatever the compliance rules that the company wanted to have, even those compliance rules also can be implemented. Okay, but there are some limitations for the private cloud. You need to have high investment at the beginning. You have to have a data center, or even if you are going for a shared data center also, you have to pay some amount to them as well, right? Some rental you have to pay, and then it's a restricted area of operations. When you are going for private network itself, obviously there will be certain set of users only will have access. So you can't, or certain limitations will be there. If you want to access those private network from maybe like we are accessing public cloud, right? You may access public cloud from anywhere, even coffee shop also you can access. May not be private cloud, may not be accessible. Okay, and as I said, scalability with the capacity of internal hosted resources only. And if you want to have a scale, if you want to have a further scale it, you have to inform them in advance and then they'll take some time to scale it. You need skilled people to manage the network, right? Obviously, you have to have some infrastructure team also within your company so that these things are unlike private public cloud. Public cloud, 99% everything is managed. Only application side you will. Hybrid cloud. This is a combination of private and public cloud. And as I said, some banks like maybe ICICI, they may want private cloud for some of the critical data that they are handling, but they still can have public cloud for some of it. So they can go for both public and also private cloud. That is called hybrid. So most of the customers will have hybrid cloud strategy. Okay, so this is the cloud market landscape. Today, if you see AWS is the major player today, 32% their market share. Azure around 23%, GCP around 11%, and as I said, so 90% of the enterprises follow multi-cloud strategy. They also don't rely on one cloud, either AWS or Azure, right? They will go for mostly multi-cloud strategy, and then also even from a model perspective, they might go for private cloud and then public cloud. Okay, so cloud market is projected at 947 billion by 2020, which is huge. Okay, and so I think we are talking about these from beginning. Scalability for petabyte scale workloads, and then pay-as-you-go pricing optimize. It will obviously optimize the cost, and then collaboration globally, anytime access, integrated AI/ML services into cloud ecosystem so that you can build your analytics and then bring some intelligent decisions, right? So that is how it helps. And the other thing is, it will also help you. Finance is financial operations, and cloud financial operations. You can control your cost with the finance services that they are providing, and there are third-party providers also who can provide the financial operations services. What it will help you, how it will help you is, today, I'm sure, I think if you have an Amazon or AWS account, and if you keep it open, then monthly bill will, you will get monthly bill. But that's where financial operations will help you. It will optimize your cost. Similarly, governance. Okay, now coming back to what is Power BI, we spoke about it, and it's a visualization platform. We'll see what it means to buy visualization platform. So this is Microsoft BI, Power BI and visualization platform, which is a business intelligence tool. It is developed by Microsoft, and it is designed to help users collect, process, analyze, and visualize data. This is what we talk about, right? Whatever the student data we talk about, we have to collect the data, and then you have to process the data, and then analyze, and then visualize the data. So that is how it is. And it experts, IT experts to prepare reports earlier. Earlier we used to have IT experts to prepare reports, but now anybody can. That's what I was saying, right? Anybody can build report. As I said, so everybody, before we log off today, we'll have one dashboard of this. We talk about student performance problem. Okay? I think these are all, I think you will know when we are talking about it. You can import data, clean it, and then create dashboards. As I said, it's easy. You just drag and drop. Even if you want to put a table to the data, you have a widget with which you can just drag and drop and then input the data. Or if you want to build a pie chart, you can do it. Bar chart, you can do it. You don't need anything. Just drag and drop and then put the data. Okay, and you can also ask questions. Natural language Q&A is also there, but we will not talk about it today. And we have a lot of refresh. You can also schedule refreshes. When I say schedule refreshes, data is there somewhere, probably in cloud today, and you can also schedule refreshes. Whenever the data is changing on the cloud, you can also schedule refresh so that your reports will get it. Okay, so what is Power BI architecture? I think it is simple. I'm not going too much about it, but it is very simple. It's very simple. I'm only speaking, that's why I want some attention again. So, it's just simple. Let's assume that this is your source of data or data source. It can be Excel, it can be database, it can be SharePoint, it can be anything. This is the data, this is source, and then what is there in Power BI, I'll tell you. You can extract. You have Power BI desktop. What is Power BI desktop? Power BI desktop is it's an integrated development environment where you can once from the source you can extract the data, you can transform the data. We'll see what you mean by transfer. You can transform the data and then you can also visualize it. So that is Power BI desktop, which will enable you to do all those. And then you also have Power BI service. Power BI service. What it will do? I mean, when I say Power BI desktop, it is limited to desktop only. So, but if you have to share it with others, you have to use Power BI service. So you can publish in Power BI or reporting language. We call it as you publish. You can publish this and then using Power BI service, and then you can also share it with everyone. And then when you publish, and also you can schedule your refreshes, data refreshes. Whatever the source, when the data is getting changed at source, then automatically your reports also should get refreshed automatically, right? So that also will be done with the Power BI service. Then users. That's it. Then it will be given to users. So I don't want to make it too much complicated. Architecture is very simple. You have data sources. You have ETL. ETL is extract, transform, and then load. You can do all that with Power BI desktop. You can do extract data. You can do transform data. You can do visualization. You can build some. Calculations. All that you can do with Power BI desktop. And then using Power BI service, you can publish. You can do refreshes. You can do a lot more things. And then publish it to you. That's it. Very simple. Okay. Okay, these are all Power BI desktop, Power BI service, Power BI mobile also. Power BI mobile is also there now. Even you can access your reports on mobile. But Power BI desktop we talked about it, and then Power BI service we talked about it, and you will see all of them. These are the core components. You can Power Query is where you extract the data, transform the data, load, which is part of the Power BI desktop. And the data model, you can create relationship. If you have multiple tables, you can create relationships between the tables, and you can create DAX measures. We'll see how you can create DAX measures. And visualization, you can create charts, KPIs, slices, maps. Power BI service, you can publish, share, collaborate. This is what. And Power BI can connect to 100 plus data sources. As I said, it can connect to anything on cloud. It can source the data from Excel. It can source the data from CSV, XML, JSON, databases like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, anything it can connect. Cloud services, it can connect to a lot of cloud services. And then there are APIs with which you can also interact with ERP systems. And end of the day, so this makes one-stop tool. No matter where your data resides, you can obviously get your data and then all this. Okay? Power BI and then cloud integration, how you can integrate data of Power BI, we talked about it. Okay, now let's talk about this one. I thought I'll take some relevant use cases only. So this FDP is going on, right? FDP is going on now. What's the time now? 4:30, madam? Yeah, 1 hour or 2 hours? 5:30. Okay. So we have FDP sessions going on since last 3 days, no?
This is third day.
This is third day. And then tomorrow Friday. Saturday. Okay. So if we, I don't know, madam, if they want to track the sessions, attendances, and then feedback. You will be tracking. But how you can, you must be collecting form today. Or software or how you are collecting? You have Google form. Okay, good.
Then attendance hard copies.
Okay, good. Okay. So what I probably are doing Google form, but I was using SharePoint because I was closely working with Azure, so I used SharePoint. So we created a SharePoint form, and from where with which all of you can give the attendance and also feedback can be given, right? So feedback is given, and then from there, what kind of data that we can. Everybody okay? So look at this. So how you can create a dashboard to show the session-wise attendance percentage. Those things I think we can always do. And then session-wise feedback. How we got the feedback, and then what is the attendance percentage. Faculty-wise feedback, attendance percentage. Average feedback per session, average feedback per faculty. So these are the things obviously will be interesting for you all, right? How quickly we can do, we'll see. It can be done in max 1 hour. All that. If we probably do with this Power BI, you can put all this in less than an hour and then show it to, it can be given to everyone. Access can be given to everyone. Okay? So let's talk about it. Let's see. So if everybody has the everybody has Power BI?
Yes, sir. Open Power BI.
You can open Power BI, open a grant report. So how many of you have explored? I mean, at least after this is installed, right, in the last 4 days, anybody has explored Power BI, what is there, what is here, at least somebody opened and then saw? Yeah? Today only.
Today only we have this.
Achha, today only it is installed. Okay. So everybody opened? So I will show you the data which I have created.
అక్కడ కూర్చుంటారా మీరు అయితే ఇక్కడ
So these are all the sessions, right? These are all the dates. Dates I think, I'm sure I think is correct now.
Sir, data set.
Data set is there. No, this data set I'll give one more data set. That data set will give it to everybody. That they will do. So this I will show.
మ్యామ్ పంపిస్తాను మ్యామ్ లేదు మ్యామ్ మీరు డేటా పంపిస్తుంది మ్యామ్ ఇప్పుడు అదే లేదు ఓపెన్ అయింది ఢిల్లీ అతను కొత్తగా
నర్సింగ్
నర్సింగ్
సార్కి నెట్వర్క్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు.
లూజ్ అయినా కొంచెం
I am not encouraging students to use, but you can choose wisely. Okay. So here, if you see what is there here, you can see get data. Somebody can click on. I mean, you can click on get data. What you can see there? When you click on get data,
Types of different data.
you can see Excel workbook. You can see Power data flows, data works, SQL Server, text, CSV, web, and then you have more also, right? So these are all the connectors that you can see. These are all the external systems from where Power BI can get data. So this is the first step that you do. You get the data, and here, as I said, I created the form in Azure Microsoft SharePoint, and from there I will get the data. Whatever the data that I am getting. Here, what I am doing is basically I told you, right? This is what I am doing here. FDP sessions, attendance, and then feedback, and then these are the different KPIs or reports that we build. So I am actually pulling it from SharePoint, which is cloud. So that's why I wanted to at least show some cloud here. So SharePoint online list. So I will give my SharePoint link. So it has opened this, right? So you have to give SharePoint link, SharePoint site link, and then it will go to a SharePoint list where it has already created, where the data that I shown in Excel is already loaded there. So this is the data. Yeah. I'll also show you the SharePoint list, right? Let me show the SharePoint list also. So this is the SharePoint, and this is the FDP attendance session. So this is the list. It is already created. This already actually I loaded. Actually, this can be created using that form also, whatever the Google form that madam has created to collect the feedback. Same thing, you can also create a form in SharePoint as well. So once all of you enter the feedback, then it will come here. What I am simulating, right? So I entered all this data using Excel sheet, and then that Excel sheet is uploaded. So this is in SharePoint. You can see this is a SharePoint list. So now what I am doing is I am connecting to SharePoint from here. Get data, because the SharePoint is not listed here. I am clicking on more. So I am clicking on more. So everybody please pay attention here. I think you will have to do all this. So now I just clicked on SharePoint, and then you have to, because your SharePoint online list, right? So you are actually getting the SharePoint, you are getting the data from SharePoint online list. Now you click on connect, you are connecting to SharePoint. So here I have to give the URL for that SharePoint site. So I just given the URL, and then I click on OK. So it has given all the forms which are there, all the lists which are there. So I have to pick up the list which is required for me. So this is the list that is required for me. You can see all the data here. So I told you, right, you can load the data, you can transform the data, right? So here you can click on load, then the data will be loaded as is. But if you want to transform the data, then you click on transform. When you click on transform, then it will open the Power Query editor. You can see that Power Query editor is open. Here, if you want to change this is, if you see here, date is 123, ABC 123 is there. That means it is loaded as a text. If you want to make that to date, you can make it. You can click on that, and you can change the type. Okay, this is actually loaded as text, right? So change the type. You can right click and then you can change the type to date. If you want, you can do that. But I am not doing it because I'm not going to do any calculations on date, so I am not doing it. But if you want to, because it is loaded as a date, but if you want to do any operations in the date, then you can also do that. And this is what you are talking about transform, right? In case if you want to do any other transformations also, you can do. For example, mostly what you will do is you will change the types only wherever it is required. You change the types. For example, this you see feedback. This already came as a number. That is fine for us. So you don't need to change the type to decimal number. But if you want to make it as a whole number, you can make it as a whole number. Because for feedback, or if you still wanted to consider decimal places, you can still keep it as a whole number. Because in 3.5, those things also is valid, right? So you can keep it as a decimal. So these are some of the things that you can you can do.
So, there you have one missing data.
Data is missing, yeah, that's okay. So see why data is missing? Feedback, you are talking about feedback, right? This one, right? He has not attended. You see, attendance is no. Attendance, yeah, if at all, if such data is there, if there are any data which you feel is invalid, you can also delete. That's where you can do all the transformation, data transformation. You can do some, if there are any outlets, for example, somebody gave maybe, we are talking about up to 5, 1 to 5, right? Somebody gave 10, let's assume. That means you can, that's an outlet, so you have to remove. You can do all the transformations in this query editor. Once you do all those changes, then you can also do a lot of things you can see here. If you want to add any columns or remove columns, you can do. You can do remove column. You select multiple columns and then remove it. If some of the, for example, this is not required for me, I can remove this column. This remove column, that is gone. I also don't need this. I can remove this column. I can select multiple things and then remove all at once. I can select this and then this and then these two, and then I can also remove columns. So you can do a lot more. As I said, this is where I think you can do data transformation. These are all things which are not required, which are not in my Excel sheet, but these are added as part of the SharePoint list. So remove all this. So by mistake I removed, right? So I removed that step. Then it will come. Your date, your session, speaker, faculty name, attendance is there, feedback score is there, comments are there. Those are all good. So from here you can still remove. Some of these I think I should not probably remove. Okay, anyway that's fine, so let it be. So you can click on close and apply. Once it is done, you can click and close apply. So now the data is getting loaded. First it has sourced the data from there, and then it has we did some transformations, and then now we are loading the data. Now you can see the data is here. So this is where you can see the top one. This is report view. You can see that, right? That is the report view. Whatever I put there, so that is the report view. And this one, if you see, this is the table view. Whatever the tables that we loaded, everything that you load will come as a table in Power BI. So that will come as a table. So if we go to this, you will see this table. You can see the data. So this is the data which is already loaded, because we also have some other columns which are not required, but we did not remove. So we can also remove those columns as well. But at least whatever the columns which are required for are already data has come, and then the data, now it is there. So now we have to build some dashboards. So what we wanted to build here, if you see, create a dashboard to show the session wise attendance percentage, right? How you can do session wise? So for example, we will keep we want to keep a table. Let's assume that we want to keep a table, right? So now we have to go to this view, report view, and then as I said, so we want to create a table. So you can see table here. This is the table. You just click on this table, then you will see the table. And then now you can select the data that you want to have it in table. Now what do you want to have? You want to have session.
Session
You
one.
can actually search here. Column names you can search session. Not session, huh?
It is attendance.
No, session is there. Now you click on the session, then session will come there. Okay, you can see all the sessions now. You are able to see?
Yes.
We can also increase the font as well. Okay, session, you see session now. You want to see who is the speaker.
Speaker.
You can click on speaker now. The speaker has come there. And now attendance percentage is required.
Yes.
So how do you know whether attendance percentage? Here you see whether it is attended or not is there. I mean, if yes means attended, no means they are not attended, right?
Yes.
So how do you calculate now? You have to calculate how many are attended, how many faculties or students have attended that particular session. So you have to do now calculation, right? You cannot do directly. I mean till that time, I mean till here.
Filter.
Till here you are able to. Okay, let's increase the font area first.
Sir,
Yeah.
so the data you have sent was on.
No, that is a different data. That you will do it later.
Okay.
So now I'm only showing it to you guys. So here this is the visual page, right? This is where you will see all the videos. This is a bar chart. You will see column chart. You will see cluster. All those charts you will see. Table also you will see. Matrix you will see. All those you will see here. Here if you go, you will see the property. So here, because it's coming very small, you want to increase the font. You can increase the font. You can see now the column headers are increased, right? Similarly, if you want to increase the values. Okay, now the data is visible.
Yes, sir.
You can do, if you want to, for columns, if you want to put maybe different color, for example, if you want to if you want to make the columns bold, and if you want to keep a different color for columns, you can do all. So you can do whatever you do in Excel. This is simple like an Excel only. That's why you have to explore. I mean, I can't tell you whatever is, even I also don't know entire Power BI, but I know whatever is required for me, how I can explore it. That is what everybody need to know. I mean, how you will know. I mean, even if you open Power BI, you will not be able to do anything. I mean, if you open Power BI and then dedicate maybe next 2 hours, I will learn Power BI. Only opening this, you will not be able to do it. You need to know use case. What use case that you wanted to do, what problem that you wanted to solve, and then explore Power BI, then you will build. Okay? So this is now you have to build that attendance percentage. Now attendance percentage, if somebody knows SQL, right? SQL. Everybody knows SQL, right? It's a basic SQL. So here, what we have to do? You have to, I mean, if you look at it, for example, if you wanted to do faculty wise percentage, let's assume that or session wise. Let's say one session. Okay, so we have session here, inauguration. That's or maybe security in cloud. Session 1. So if you have to write a SQL, what do? Select, maybe start from this table where attendance is Y for this particular session. That is what you do, right? That's how you will do. Same thing. I mean, if you know how you. Only thing is obviously the logic you should know. If you know logic, then you can do. You will know how you can do it in Power BI. What you have to do? You can create a column also. There are 2 ways to do this. First thing is you can create a column. Here you can create a new column. You can create a new column. What we can do with this new column, I'll tell you. Because we wanted to sum it and then calculate percentage, then we can say attended or not. You can these things you can put with spaces or without spaces or anything. There is no restrictions also. Here what you can do if just English only. I mean with English only with little what is syntax. If you have to use a column, right? What I am going to say, if attended that is there, right?
Attendance.
I want to say if attendance. Attendance.
Equal
This is
to
part of
yes.
the FDP attendance sessions table. If attendance equal to
Yes.
yes, sir, I am saying 1. I am just keeping 1 because we have to
One
submit.
is
Na?
true.
Otherwise, I am saying 0. That's it. This will
Equal.
create one column. This will create one column. You can see. This has created a column here, and then you have 1 and 0. Now if you wanted to see, for example, here, if you wanted to keep how many are attended, right? Here, that column will automatically come here. Whatever we created now, attended or not.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Adding a new column, that query type that formula, no, sir. There, you copy it in Word and just you maximize it, no, so that everyone will visualize it.
That one, that formula.
This is very simple. I mean, simple if condition only.
Students must be aware.
Yeah, no, sure. Okay, you are able to see now. It is attended or not is the variable, and then if FDP attendance sessions attendance equal to yes, then it is 1. Otherwise, it's that's simple.
It is column name.
Huh?
Attended or not is a column name.
This is the attendance. This is the existing column where we have yes or no, and this is the attended is the column that we created. Now we will know. Okay, so this one, if you see this one, if you select this, if you select this, now it has come as a whole number, right?
Yes.
You are okay for whole numbers. Mostly, if it has not come as whole numbers, then you can also change it. You can change it to decimal number or whatever percentage, whatever you want it to be, you can change. Now you come here, and then if you add here, if you add that to this table, attended or not, you have to go here, and then attended or not, if you see here, now you will see how many are attended, right? How many are attended out of 20, right? This is out of 20. We know, I mean, we have taken 20 participants, so in 20 participants, now we know how many are attended, we know. You can, if you want to rename this, you can always rename. I mean, sum of attended or not is there, right? Now you can also rename this. You can rename. Here you have a rename. Rename for this visual. You can say attended. Count. You can change that. As I said, it is simple Excel only, nothing else. Only thing is wherever you need few fields to be calculated, you have to calculate. But what we wanted to put? We wanted to put the percentage, right? We wanted to put the percentage. Now we got the attended count, we got the total count, but we wanted to put the percentage. How do you calculate the percentage? This by total. This by total. We can add one more column, or we can also do, there is one more way also. I'll tell you, the other way is, you go to this table again, and then you have a measure. You can always create a measure. You can click on new measure. Measure is a powerful tool in Power BI. It has to be used. I mean, you don't have. This is all whatever the code that we are writing now. This is called DAX. So pick measure. You can click on new measure. Okay, you click on this new measure, and what we wanted to put? Attendance percentage, right? Attendance percentage equal to, then what we wanted to keep? Divide by, I mean here, obviously attended count by total count. So here we have to use divide function. You have to use divide function, and then what is the numerator? Attended. You have to put sum of, because it's an aggregated, right? We are doing it at table level. So sum of attended attended or not? Huh? Attended or not?
It is renamed.
Huh?
It is renamed.
That is renamed only for the visual. Only the column it is renamed. Here it is same. Comma.
Total.
You have to have the total. How do you get total? You can put 20. You can keep, but if more are there, then you don't know. Na? You have to put count of total. For example, you can count any of these, right? Any of the columns you can count.
Yeah.
Count of. Let's maybe we use session name. We'll use session name. Let's see the session. You have to close the bracket. That's why it is showing red. I did not close the bracket here. So now this will give you percentage. This will give you attended percentage. Attendance percentage. So you see that it came as generally. This is format came as general. Okay. Now go back and then. Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So now we are going back here. We created a measure to calculate the attendance percentage. Right? Any questions? Okay. Now you add this percentage. You add this percentage as one of the columns. Now you see percentage came. But it came as, how did it come? It came as 0.95. It came as like that, right? Why? So you go back, and then here this format is general. And now you change this format to percentage. And decimal, these are decimal places. How many decimal places you want to have after the decimal? So that means you want to have 2. So if you go back, now you see percentage. That's it, right? How simple it is to create a dashboard.
Show it in visualization.
You can, with your creativity, you can do lot of things. If you type, or if you go to Google and then ask Google to give some sample dashboards, and then you will see lot of things, right? Lot of beautified these things will come, charts, whatever it is. I just use a table here. But if you want to do, you can. That's what I said. You can use your creativity and then create as many. Whatever based on your creativity, you can see wonders. You can create wonders. Lot of things you can create.
Visualize that percentage using any color.
Huh?
Visualization also.
Visualization. Okay. Session percentage. Okay. So this is one that we did. Okay. Now, madam wanted to have a session wise. Right? You wanted to have session wise?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Session wise. Okay. So pie chart. We can use pie chart.
Yes.
Okay. I am using pie chart here, and you can see it here. You can keep in pie chart. You want to keep, or you do one thing. It's easy actually to do like this, and you put session. You put session, and then this attendance percentage. This is the values are there now. Like you can see, right? You created a table, session, and also the attendance percentage. But madam wanted to see it in a pie chart. Now you click on this table and then click on this pie chart. It will be converted to pie chart. You don't need to use pie chart and then go there and then modify. You still use a table and then create it. You can see everything came. I don't know why is it coming. Okay, all you can see that session and then the attendance percentage. Any questions for anybody? Or anybody stuck anywhere? In understanding?
Slowly they
No. When they practice it, they will know. That's why I gave a data set also to them.
Sir, suppose I want only for 2 sessions.
Yeah. You want only for 2 sessions. You see this filter here, right? You can see this filter. Click on this filter, and then this session is there, and you select only the sessions where you want to have. For example, you want to have session 1 and then session 2. That's it. That's it. It's easy. Everything is easy. As I said, you just have to know what is there in this IDE development environment.
Can we export this data?
Yeah, you can export.
Excuse me, sir. One small request. First data transformation నుంచి step by step.
Okay, I'll explain once.
They'll understand.
Okay.
Once more.
Okay, so maybe people can come forward. I think everybody is not able to see. Whoever has little doubts, right? So come forward. Okay, here you can see your get data. You can see the get data there. Everybody can see get data. Okay.
Once again, all of you turn the slide, please. For 5 minutes, I think if you see, then you will understand.
Small request. Please listen.
I will please turn the slide over to
How
you.
to transform the data service.
First, you have to source the data. I think first of all, 3-4 steps are there, right? In doing these analytics or the dashboards, first you have to source the data. From where you source the data, and you see that menu item get data is there. So under get data, you can see these are the multiple sources, and actually you have many more. You click on more, you will see lot more. So here, if you want to do something from Excel sheet, if you click on Excel sheet, it will ask you to, it will ask you to select the Excel file from your local system. Then you can upload that data. Here as I said, I am using SharePoint data. So because we are also talking about cloud, right? So what are the feedback that feedback forms are submitted? Assume that feedback forms are submitted in SharePoint. So from there we are picking this data. So here you click on more. If you click on more here, then it will show you lot of, all these. It will show you a lot of things, right? You can see all these. These are all the connectors. There are so many connectors. As I said, 100 plus connectors are there. And we wanted to connect it to SharePoint. So I can go and then search here also. In online you will see SharePoint here. You can see SharePoint here. Or you can also search it. I actually searched, that's where we got SharePoint. So I actually said everything is here already. So you have all these, and then you can also in online services, you have SharePoint online. So following guys? Guys are following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, because I wanted to pull the data from SharePoint, and I clicked on the SharePoint online list. Now I am clicking on connect. It will connect to the SharePoint. So here you have to give that link. SharePoint link you have to give. This is my SharePoint site, and you have to give the link to the SharePoint. Now you click on OK. Actually, you have to enter your credentials, all that I already given. So that's why it has already gone there. So now you click on this is the data that I am looking for. This is the data that I am looking for, which is already there in the SharePoint list. So now here you have an option to load the data. If you are satisfied with this data, then you can directly load them. Or if you are not satisfied, if you want to do some transformations, you can click on transform data. Okay? When you click on this transform data, it will go to query editor. Power BI query editor. You can see that on top.
Yes.
Power BI query editor. This is where you can do a lot of things. This is where you transform the data. So if you want to change the type of this data, for example, this is, you see this date. This is actually load. You can see you can see how this data is loaded. This data is loaded as APC 123 means it's an alpha numeric. It's an alpha numeric. It is loaded as alpha numeric. If you want to change it, you can right click on this, and then you can do a lot more things even here also. You can change the type to any of this. If you want to keep it date, you can change it. Similarly, you can do transformation. If you want to do lowercase, uppercase, you can do all this. You can do. You can explore a lot of things are there here. You can group by columns, split columns. If you want to split the column, you can split it. Like in Excel, as I said, whatever you do, you can do in Excel. You can also do it, and much more than what you can do in Excel. And then I removed some of the columns which are not required earlier. And then once you are done, now you can click on close and apply. As I said, when I remove the columns, you can also do it from here. Remove columns you can do. If you want to remove rows, top rows, most of the times what happens is this date also will come as one of the rows. I mean whatever you see date, session, these headers also will come as one of those. Then what you can do is you can use first row as headers. If you click on this use first row as headers, then first row will go as header. Most of the time what will happen is if, sometimes Excel sheet because it is a table it came properly, but if it is not a table then that first row also will come as a row. Then you can it will come as a data row. Then you can click on this use first row as a header. Okay, clear? And as I said, you guys need to explore. A lot of things are there in this again. So now once you do all those changes, then you click on close and apply. You apply those changes and then it will load. Then the data is getting loaded now from SharePoint. Okay. Now here if you see, as I said, this is the report view where you can build your reports. This is a table view where you can see all your tables which are loaded. Now you see second table would have been loaded. Now another table came. I mean we did twice, right? So second table came. So this is how you can load the data to Power BI. And from here you can do you'll have to go to report view and then start building your reports. Any questions? You can have multiple pages, or if you want to have everything in one page, you'll have to, as I said, you'll have to have that skills, creativity, especially that presentation skills you should have. Then you can also do a lot more things. So here one of the advantages is here now we have the faculty here, right? We have only faculties here, and then now if I click on this, for example, if I click on the security on cloud, let's assume that I wanted to see for this Ramachandran what is the feedback given by participants. What is the feedback given by participants? Percentage is here, but who we have 20 faculties are there, right? 20 participants are there. So what is the feedback given and then what is the comments given? If you want to see that, what you can do, you can create one more table. In the visualizations, you can create one more table here, and here you can keep. You want to keep what you wanted to see. You want to see session. You want to see the session and the speaker, and you want to see the faculty name, because who gave you wanted to see, right? You want to see faculty name, and then what is the rating given? What is the rating? Feedback score, and then that is and comments. You can see comments. This is what you can see. Again, I want to increase the font here. Column headers, values. Okay. So now the advantage here is you don't need to. I mean like in earlier or in any applications you see you will have a drop down boxes, right? You have to select your particular faculty, then only this table also will get refreshed. But here you don't need to do that. If you just click on the security on cloud, only for that particular session it will get refreshed automatically. In the second table, only for this particular, you see security on cloud, and then speaker is Ramachandran, and then these are the participants. You see what is the score here. That's it, it will come. And here if you see sum came, right? The 76 is sum, but you want to have the average. Right? Average is relevant, no? Sum is not relevant here. Because you want to see what is the average feedback, right? So now that also you can change. Here you will see totals. Actually, I think you don't have that option, but yeah, you can always select this table and then you can take it out, because that's not required. Or you can calculate average and then you can also publish, because some of these feedback is not relevant here. So then you can see what are all the comments given. For example, if you want to see, you can also sort it. If you want to sort, right, you just have to click on this. Just click on this feedback, then it will get sorted. If you want to see who gave low, then you can also do. Right? But here Here you see everybody, all 20 members came. Even who have not attended also came here, right? So that you don't want. So for that, what you need to do? Everybody is following?
Yes.
Sir, they want to do.
Huh? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, we'll start that. So now, here, what you can do, you go to the filter and then you have attended by there, right? Attended, what is that? Attendance. Attendance. You don't want people who have not attended here. So what you can do, you can attendance, you keep it here, filters on this page. And then you can only select yes. And then you apply filter. You see now, you will only see, you don't see feedback 0 now. So that's how you can also filter.
You sent one data.
Yeah, send it to everybody.
Already sent, sir.
Okay.
They will do step by step.
Okay. So now let's do that. So at least I think got some basic idea how to navigate in the within Power BI editor or Power BI desktop. You got some idea. Now let's start your Excel.
I already sent one data set, na ma'am.
You copied somewhere that Excel?
Yeah.
You
Use the
copy that
data
in-
set and do it.
Student performance, right? Okay. Now maybe can we connect your this can be connected? You connect or that? Connect or अच्छा इसके Power BI लेगा.
Power BI is loaded here.
అంటే వాళ్ళు చేసేది నేను చూపిస్తే బెటర్. ఎవరో కొంచెం మేడం ఇక్కడ కూర్చుంటారు కదా. మేడం చేసి చూపిస్తున్నారు అందరూ. లేదు లేదు అలా అయితే నేను ఇక్కడే చేస్తా కదా. నేను ఇదే చేస్తాను, ఇది కూడా చేస్తాను. ఓకే, లెట్స్ డూ దిస్. ఓకే, ఐ డూ ఇట్ alone. Okay, so now everybody do the same thing. Okay, now you click on Excel workbook because it's an Excel, right? You are loading Excel only. Now let me also.
Sir, start from the beginning.
I'll start from the beginning. You click on
Everyone
blank report.
Sorry, sweet.
Everybody open the blank report.
Ma'am, data set is uploaded, ma'am. It's data set.
Okay, everybody open the blank report now. Okay, here, as I said, first we have to bring the data into the Power BI desktop. Okay, now you click on this get data, or you also can click on Excel workbook. Both are there. You can do that, you can do this, and then click on Excel workbook.
Click on Excel workbook.
Because it's an Excel, right? It's an Excel file that we gave. Click on Excel workbook. Then you go to wherever you keep your Excel, right? You use that Excel and then download that and then save. So click on OK. Open that Excel. Okay, now that Excel has come. That Excel has 2 sheets, right? 2 worksheets are there in that Excel. But the sheet one is only a summary that we don't need. So what we need is student performance. This is what is required. You click on that. You click on that sheet, that student performance. Now you can check all the columns are there or not. All will be there, but you just check it once. All the columns are there. Now I added this last column, right? Pass fail column, just an add-on column which is not required. You can always calculate within Power BI. But I just added it here. The reason why I added is we wanted to see how to remove columns also. That's why I added them. So you can click on transform because let's see if everything, all the data is coming properly in order. Then you click on transform. So now you can see what is the data type which came for all the columns. First of all, first row has come as a column. First row has come as a header, that is fine, right? First row came as a header, that is fine. And then you also check the data types. Data types. All the data types are fine. Student name 1, 2, 3, that is fine. Sorry, ID 1. This can be numeric also, but that is okay. Name is alpha numeric. And actually, at alpha, this is text one. Class is text is fine. Semester is number, that is fine. And subject is again text. Marks, you want to change it. This is number, that's fine. Grade is fine. Pass fail you don't need. That's why you can click on pass fail column. Click on pass fail column. Now you go to manage columns. Yes, everybody is following. Now you have an additional column here. Go and then go to manage columns and then remove it. Remove column, remove column. Remove this column. You will remove that column. Okay. Now everybody remove the column. Now what did you observe after you remove the column? Anything that you observe? Other than column is removed.
Here the steps. Right steps we got.
Additional step is added here. You can see this removed column. Removed column step is added. But for example, by mistake you removed it, and then if you wanted to get back that, you remove this step, then you will get back. You can practice that. You remove that. You remove that step. You delete that step. So you have this one. No, that also you can do. You can also click. Now that column is back. The column is, you remove that column. Select that column. You have to select that column. Now you go to. Okay. Clear everybody? Okay, now more than that. Now the data is getting loaded. Okay, 1800 rows. Everybody got 1800 rows? Data came now, but how do you see the data? Where is the data? Table view. You have to go to table view. In the left side, under the data view, report view, you have the table view.
Please follow.
Are you all here?
Any questions? Are everybody following? Okay. So now go to table view, and now you click on this table. Okay, because only one table is there, you are able to. It's already by default.
Left side view is there.
You can see the data here. Now, if you want to see the column, you can click on. You can expand that. You will see the columns also. You will see the columns.
The view also, where it is. With cursor. View also. View.
Okay, you can see all this. This is the. You can see here, right?
Sars and ma'ams, please look at the.
So this one is the report view.
Yes.
And now if you click on this is the table view. Now if you see here you see the table name, and here you see the data, and you can check. I mean, in Excel you always have 1800 rows, and then when it is loaded, you also got the 1800 rows. So here if you expand this, you will also see the columns, all the columns that you can see. Now you go back to report view because you wanted to build the report. Now, okay, so now what do you want to build? A pie chart for what? What is the use case? So now what is the data? First did you understand the data? No, first did you understand the data? What is the data? If you don't understand the data, you will not know how to analyze. What is the data? For the student performance. Student performance for what? So you have semester wise, you have subject wise, and marks are there. So which one? Name. Obviously for each student, you have semester wise.
Specific students.
What do you want?
After this, I will also choose the report for only particular students based on their name.
Okay, now you build it. First you wanted to see for specific students. So first you wanted to put a table to display all the students. So put a table.
First display all the students.
Now this is the table. You can see this is the table here. You can see the table, right?
Yes.
So you click on this, then you will get a table.
First query
You got the
display
table now?
all the students data.
Yes.
You got the table?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you are selecting this table. Now you want to select the attributes that you wanted to keep it in the table. Now you can see here, right? Here you can see. Here you can see. You will have to add the columns here. So whatever the columns that you wanted to put here, you can bring it from here and then drag and drop. First you want to put student name, right? Student ID. Okay, let's put the student ID. Drag and drop here. That's it. You will get it.
Drag and drop.
Drag and drop, or you can also you have the checkbox here. If you select also, that will come out.
That is right.
So you want to have student ID. You wanted to have student name. That's it. You got all the students?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. we got it.
No, it's wrong then. 1800 students are not there, right? How many students are there?
100 students are there.
Huh? Those are 1800, but we don't have that many students, right? Why you got that many? Why it is count?
By default count function is there.
No, filter is not required. See, always you should get unique numbers, right? Here if you see what it came here, count of student ID came because student ID in this case is a number. By default, either it will come as a count or it will come as a sum. So what you have to do is you click on this. If you click on this, then you can click on don't summarize. I don't need to summarize this. So because I want that as is to be displayed. So if you don't summarize, you also click.
Don't summarize it.
Just don't summarize. Then you will see the names.
We'll get individual records.
You will get whatever is the name which is there. That you will get that.
Click on that count of there, na? Right click on that.
But you still got so many.
Right click. Count of
Students, how many students are there? Okay, you have that many students are there. So we got the student ID and then student name correctly only, right? Okay, you got student ID, student name?
Yes.
Okay, now you wanted to see. Okay, but in the same table also we can keep, but it doesn't make sense, right? If you are keeping the subject also here, every student also will get duplicate. So for that reason, what we will do is we will create one more table. Just create one more table. Just keep it like that, and then just create one more table. Just create one more table. And if you want to keep this here, you can keep it here. And then here, you want to keep the subject. You want to keep the subject. You want to keep the semester. And then you also want to keep the marks. So here again, so subject, sum of semester is not required again. You just click on this and then don't summarize. And sum of marks is fine. You want to see the sum of marks. Or if you want to keep the subject is already there. Sum of marks is also fine, or you can also keep, don't summarize also. Is it clear now? You got that second table? You can keep. Because you already have the student ID, student name here, you keep subject and then semester and then marks. marks. So the semester should not be summarized, right? So semester make it as don't summarize. So now you want to see the data only for, let's assume, click on this 1001. Now you will only see the data for that only for that student only. So now you see all 6 semesters are 6 semesters and then 3 subjects. So 18 rows will be there for that student. Okay, you are able to see? Everybody got? Okay. Any questions? So you are able to see? You can click on any. Okay, now you want to see if that particular student is failed in any subject or not. How do you do that? First you have to find out whether he is failed or not, right? How do you do that? Obviously based on the marks that are secured. Grade, keep that grade aside, grade is fine. But obviously, or maybe grade D, probably we can also consider grade D as the fail also. That also we can do. Or you can also say less than 40 is a fail. Less than 40 marks, probably we can say it as a fail. So, because we wanted to practice, right? So, I'm adding, I'm saying, so consider less than 40 as a fail. How do you do that? You have to create, you can do with a measure, or you can add one more column. Whatever we did in Excel, right? Excel, I'm saying you do it here. In the Excel also, we do the same, I did the same thing. I did less than 40 fail, greater than 40 pass. That's what I did. Here you can go to that table view. No, one more table is not required. Go to the same table. Guys, everybody is following? Yes. We are creating a column now to see whether that particular row means for that particular student, for that particular semester, for that particular subject, whether he is pass or fail. So if we say less than 40% mark, then we will say it is fail. Now you go here and then click on new column. You can see column here, right? Yes. Click on new column. You can click on new column. Okay, now you can name this column, right? What do you want to say? Pass fail, right? Pass fail. Or result. You can keep it as result. Okay. How did we do? We did the earlier also, right? If condition. Yeah. If just press if, then you will see that automatically. If then here what are marks? Marks, right? Student performance mark, because it is there in a table. If marks is less than or equal to less than 40, then we say fail. Or pass. Just if condition, just yeah. Okay? Press enter. You can see that column K and column also named as result, and then you can see you can here marks, click on this marks, the drop down. If you click on the drop down, then select only less than 40 here. Less than 40, you can or cancel it. Here you select fail. Select fail here. Select only fail. Now click on OK. Now you can see all less than 40. So that has worked out. Okay, everybody created that column. Okay. Now if you want to show whether in this table you want to show whether for this you can add this column here. You can add that column to this table. So how do you add? Go to the report view again. Select that table. Select this table. Select the table and then Here you have to columns, you have to add results, you have to add. That's you got for that subject whether it is fail or pass, you got. Count. You don't need count, right? Don't sum. 100 are there. How many paid? That is a different. That you have to do a different measure. Everybody is getting that way only? Okay. Achha, you, the problem is you have to select that. Okay, is clear now? You want to do anything else? So I did the 1 or 2 here. I'll show you. Okay, you can see some of. Okay, now if you wanted to see here, you can see here, right? Students with improvements from first sem to last sem. These are the things that you have to do. Those are very simple things, right? Here, if you want to see students with improvements from first sem to last sem. If you see here first sem marks, and then you can see last sem marks, and then what is the improvement? Whether the students are improved or not is something that you have to see. Here, if you see improvement 13.6, there is an improvement here. If somebody is going negative, that means they are declining. So that is what will help you as a faculty. You have to focus on those students, right? So now you do this. Students with improvement from first sem to last sem. Just think about it, how you wanted to do it. Just think about it, then you start doing it. How you have to do it? How you can do it? First you have to calculate the first sem marks. Next you have to calculate the last sem marks. Then you have to do a percentage. That's it. So do that. How you can do it? Create a measure. Go to the table view. Create a measure for calculating the sum of first sem marks. How do you do that? This is how you do it, right? You go and then don't look at it, then try first. You have to use the calculate function here. Now that's what you get to know more and more functions when you want to calculate more, right? When you want to do more dashboards, then you will see. This is little. I mean, it's not just a dashboard, right? This is more you're doing some calculations. So now you have to use a calculate function here. First total marks, first sem total marks equal to, you have to use sum of marks. Obviously, you have to use some total marks, and then you have to filter. How do you calculate first sem marks? First, where semester equal to 1. That also is fine. Where semester equal to 1 also you can do. Or you can also do this way. Semester equal to minimum of semester. If you don't have, let's assume, in your Excel, you're starting only from 2, let's assume. You're starting only from 2 in your Excel. Then you can't change it, right? So that's why what I did here is, you have to use minimum. Whatever is the minimum, that you have to use. So here, total marks equal to, you have to use calculate function. Calculate function will calculate with the calculate you can apply filter. If you don't need, if you have to use filter, then you have to use calculate. So because we have a filter here, right? Guys, you are following, this probably you have not used so far. So if you have to here.
Sir, that formula you write it in the board.
You are not able to see still?
Not able to.
Okay, I'll tell you, you explore. I mean, you start typing, then you will get it.
Calculate.
First you are creating a total first sem marks, right? you put a variable, click on new measure. You click on new measure, then change the name of that measure to first sem total marks. And then how do you calculate first sem total marks? How do you calculate first sem total marks? So you will have to calculate the sum of marks where the semester is 1, right? Change that to first sem total marks. Remove that measure out. Measure is there, no? That also measure. First sem total marks. How do you calculate first sem total marks? You have to sum up the marks for the where the semester is 1 or where the semester is minimum of all the semesters. Calculate sum of marks. First class then automatically the bracket will come. Now you select marks. Close the bracket. You have to close the sum of marks. Then you comma. You put comma. What is the filter that we have used here? Filter. You put filter because you want to filter it, right? Filter it. Otherwise it will give you all semester marks. Now you have to put filter. Filter you have put on FIL here. Filter tab. లాస్ట్
ఫ్లో 40 కిలోమీటర్స్ ఉండాలి.
ఇక్కడ మాక్సిమం కొంచెం సింపుల్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసి అక్కడ మార్చుకోవాలి. మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ అనేది మార్చుకోవాలి కదా మీరు. ఫస్ట్ టైం టోటల్ మార్క్స్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు పోయింది మళ్ళీ అందులో లాస్ట్ టైం వచ్చింది. ఓకే ఇంకోటి కూడా వచ్చింది చూడండి. ఇక్కడ ఇంకోటి వచ్చింది కదా దాన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి. దాన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ఇది ఏమొచ్చింది మినిమం వచ్చింది. పైదానికి ఇది మ్యాక్సిమం వచ్చింది. అయితే ఇది మినిమం ఇది మ్యాక్స్ చేయండి. అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి ఫస్ట్ సెమ్ ఉంది కదా మార్చుకోండి. అది లాస్ట్ సెమ్ అని లాస్ట్ సెమ్ కూడా వచ్చింది. లాస్ట్ సెమ్ అయినా ఇంకో మెథడ్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ అని పెట్టి లాస్ట్ సెమ్ మైనస్ ఫస్ట్ సెమ్ బై లాస్ట్ సెమ్ పెట్టి లాస్ట్ సెమ్ మైనస్
అది
డివైడ్ ఉంటుంది కదా డివైడ్ మాత్రం చేశారు మీరు ఏమేం చేశారు మీరు ఆల్రెడీ మీకు పవర్ పై తెలుసన్నా ఒకటి ఫస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ చేశారు లాస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ కూడా చేయండి లాస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ చేసి తర్వాత ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్స్ చూపించండి అందరికీ ఇట్లా చేయొచ్చు మీ క్రియేటివిటీని బట్టి మీరు చేసుకోవచ్చు వచ్చిందా ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ వచ్చిందా మీకు సిక్స్ అండ్ 1 మధ్య అన్నిటి మీద ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ చూసుకుంటానంటే చూసుకోవచ్చు ఇప్పుడు 5 - 1 ఇప్పుడు 5 - 1 డివైడెడ్ బై 5 వేసుకోండి అట్లా వేసుకుంటే అది ఇంకో మెథడ్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని సెమిస్టర్ 5 మార్క్స్ బై సెమిస్టర్ 1 మార్క్స్ అది చేసుకోవచ్చు న్యూ మెథడ్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని ఇక్కడ మెథడ్ పేరు ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ అని పెట్టుకోండి ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ పర్సంటేజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు మీరు అక్కడ ఏం చేయొచ్చు అంటే డివైడ్ వాడుకోవాలి. వచ్చిందండి ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ పర్సంటేజ్ బాగా వచ్చిందా? -179 -175 మార్క్స్ దీనిలో వచ్చినాయి కదా. దాని ముందు అది 0.00 వచ్చింది కదా, దాని పర్సంటేజ్ okay. I have few chocolates, so please take this. Anybody?
ఎవరు కావాలి? సాయి కావాలా? సాయి ఇచ్చేసారా? అన్ని కావాలా? ఇంకేం కావాలి? స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరు లేరా?
Raise your hand. Chocolate. They want it.
I hope everyone has scanned the QR code. Yes, and filled the feedback form, right? Yes. Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and for making the session so interesting and interactive, sir. I think everybody enjoyed whatever you have taught them.
Hopefully.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully everybody learned something today. Yes, sir. Okay, that is what is my objective. So thank you, and yeah, keep learning.
May I request Dr. KVB Saraswati Devi, Head Department of Computer Science, to present a memento as a token of appreciation, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Meet you all again tomorrow.